Welcome to the Psychology and Physical Training channel, the intricacies of group dynamics process. Have you ever wondered why some groups perform better than others, or why you feel more comfortable in certain groups compared to others? Welcome to a journey of exploring the fascinating world of group dynamics. The way groups operate, interact, and make decisions is a complex process that can have profound impacts on both individual and collective outcomes. Group dynamics is not just a random buzzword, but a crucial field of study in psychology and other social sciences. It's the magic behind successful teamwork, the glue that holds communities together, and the engine that drives collective action. It's the invisible force that shapes our social and professional lives. Let's break this down a bit. There are four key concepts that we need to understand when we talk about group dynamics: group cohesiveness, social facilitation, social loafing, and the decision-making process. First, group cohesiveness. It's the sense of solidarity or loyalty that individuals feel toward their group. It's what makes you feel part of a team, a community, or a movement. It's the shared sense of purpose, mutual respect, and common values that bind people together. Next, we have social facilitation. This refers to the tendency for people to perform better when they are observed or when they are competing with others. It's why you might run faster in a race than when you're jogging alone, or why you might work harder when your boss is watching. Then there's social loafing. This is the opposite of social facilitation. It's the tendency for people to exert less effort when they are part of a group than when they are working alone. It's why some group members might sit back and let others do all the work. Finally, we have the decision-making process. This is how groups make decisions. It involves discussions, debates, and sometimes disagreements. But when done right, it can lead to better outcomes than individual decision-making. Dive in to understand these concepts and their impacts on group performance and individual behavior. There's a lot to unpack here, but understanding these concepts can help us work better in groups, build stronger communities, and make more informed decisions. The power of group cohesiveness. Imagine being part of a team where everyone feels connected, valued, and committed. This is what we call group cohesiveness. Group cohesiveness is a social process that binds members of a group together, creating a sense of unity and camaraderie. This bonding is not just about being part of the same group, it's about feeling like you belong, like you're a part of something bigger than yourself. It's about the shared goals, the shared experiences, and the shared commitment to each other that makes a group more than just a collection of individuals. Think about a successful sports team, for instance. Each player has their own unique strengths and weaknesses, their own roles and responsibilities, but despite these individual differences, they come together as a cohesive unit, working in harmony to achieve a common goal. They celebrate victories together, they console each other in defeat, and they support each other through thick and thin. This is the power of group cohesiveness in action. But what makes a group cohesive? Well, it's a combination of several factors. Shared goals and objectives are a big part of it. When everyone in the group is working towards the same end, it creates a sense of unity and purpose. Interpersonal attraction is another key factor. This doesn't necessarily mean romantic attraction. It can be a simple matter of liking and respecting your fellow group members. And finally, there's the matter of group size. Smaller groups tend to be more cohesive than larger ones, simply because it's easier to form close bonds with a handful of people than with a crowd. However, it's important to note that group cohesiveness isn't always a good thing. In some cases, it can lead to groupthink, where the desire for harmony and consensus overrides critical thinking and decision-making. It can also create an us versus them mentality, leading to conflict with other groups. Group cohesiveness can be a powerful driver for group success, but what happens when the presence of others influences an individual's performance? The role of social facilitation. Ever noticed how your performance can change when you know others are watching? This is not just your imagination playing tricks on you. It's a psychological phenomenon known as social facilitation. Let's break this down a bit. Social facilitation is the tendency for individuals to perform differently, often better, when in the mere presence of others. This is not because the others are necessarily cheering them on or offering any form of support. No, it's simply their presence that can trigger this change. Intriguing, isn't it? Imagine this scenario. A student is given a test. If they take this test alone in a room, they might perform at a certain level. But put that same student in a room with other students also taking a test, and you might see their performance improve. They aren't collaborating or getting help from their peers, it's just the mere presence of these peers that can make a difference. This effect is not limited to academic scenarios. It's seen in sports, in the workplace, on stage, virtually anywhere performance can be measured. Social facilitation is like an unseen force, nudging us to bring our A game when we know eyes are on us. But here's the catch. While social facilitation can enhance performance, it's not always the case. Sometimes the pressure of being observed can cause performance to drop. But that's a story for another day. For now, let's move on to another fascinating phenomenon known as social loafing. Understanding social loafing. Have you ever been part of a group project where not everyone pulled their weight? Let's dive into the concept of social loafing. This is a psychological phenomenon that we've probably all witnessed at some point. It's the tendency for individuals to exert less effort when they are part of a group than when they are working alone. Imagine a team project. You've got 5 members, all with the same goal, but as the project progresses, you notice that some members are contributing less than others. They're not necessarily slacking off, but they're not pushing as hard as they would if they were working alone. This isn't about laziness or lack of skills. It's about human nature and the dynamics of group work. Why does this happen? Well, when we work in a group, individual contributions can become less visible. This lack of accountability can lead to a reduction in effort. After all, if no one notices the work you're doing, why work harder than you need to? Now let's throw another wrench into the works. The larger the group, the more pronounced social loafing becomes. It's a fascinating yet frustrating phenomenon that can significantly impact group productivity. But don't despair. Understanding social loafing is the first step towards addressing it. With effective management and decision-making processes, it's possible to counteract this tendency, ensuring each team member pulls their weight. This phenomenon can be a challenge for group productivity, but one can navigate these dynamics with effective decision-making processes. The art of decision-making process. Ever wondered how groups make decisions? Well, let's dive into the art of the decision-making process within a group setting, a fascinating journey that starts with recognizing a problem and ends with implementing a solution. Imagine a business team tasked with developing a new marketing strategy. The first step in their decision-making process is identifying the problem or the opportunity. In this case, the problem is the need for a new marketing approach to increase product visibility and sales. Once the problem is identified, the group moves to the second step, which is gathering information. The team might research market trends, study competitors, or analyze customer feedback. The goal here is to understand the problem in its entirety, illuminating every aspect that could influence the decision. Step 3 involves generating possible solutions. Brainstorming comes into play here as the team thinks creatively and strategically, proposing a multitude of potential strategies. This stage encourages open communication and the free flow of ideas, helping the group to see the problem from different perspectives. Now the group is ready to move to the fourth step, evaluating and ranking the alternatives. Each solution is scrutinized for its pros and cons, feasibility, and potential impact. This stage might involve simulations, discussions, or even votes to decide on the most promising strategies. The fifth step is making the decision. After thorough evaluation, the group selects the best solution. This decision could be reached through consensus, majority vote, or the decision of a group leader. In our example, the team might decide to launch a social media campaign targeting a specific demographic. Finally, the last step is implementing the decision and monitoring the results. The team puts the chosen strategy into action and observes its effectiveness over time, ready to make adjustments if necessary. Effective decision-making is crucial for successful group performance and can mitigate the effects of social loafing and facilitate group cohesiveness. So the next time you find yourself in a group setting, remember the steps of the decision-making process and use them to your advantage. Recap and conclusion. Let's recap what we've learned about group dynamics and processes. We started with group cohesiveness, the glue that binds a team together, fostering a sense of camaraderie and shared purpose. This powerful force can elevate a group's performance, making the whole greater than the sum of its parts. We then explored social facilitation, the phenomenon where individuals tend to perform better when in the presence of others. An understanding of this can help us harness the power of peer influence to boost productivity. Next, we delved into social loafing, the tendency for individuals to exert less effort when working in a group. Being aware of this can help us devise strategies to counteract it and ensure everyone pulls their weight. Finally, we tackled the art of the decision-making process, revealing how groups can come to consensus while still valuing diverse perspectives. By understanding these group processes, one can navigate the complex dynamics of group work and contribute to a more productive and harmonious team environment. And if you like this video, do not forget to subscribe and follow to the Psychology and Physical Training channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.